Ladies and gentlemen, but mostly gentlemen, it is time for the final mission, the assault on the alien fortress. Everything we have been doing has been building up to this climactic moment, and I am super excited. We are taking the fight to the aliens for the last time, for this campaign at least. There is an Xcom expansion pack coming out pretty soon, so another playthrough will be starting up towards the end of August, but man, this one has been a wild ride. So let's end this the right way by looking at our squad composition one more time. Okay, this is the final dream team. We've got a cast of very familiar characters. We've seen these guys on a number of missions before, and now it's time for them to show us what they're made of. In the first slot, we've got Liam Marcoles, who was provided by Daniel Michalchuk so many months ago. He is our sharpshooter. He is wearing a special piece of equipment, the Wraith suit. This is giving him access to the grappling hook and a special ability called Wraith that allows him to walk through walls. So that's pretty cool, and he's also using the tracer rounds. Unfortunately, we don't have the maximum tier of sniper rifle and a couple of other weapons, so we're going to be in a bit of a deficit in that regard, but we got this. Ain't nobody scared of these aliens. So next up, we have the Surgeon Dos Santos, who is provided by Ender, another character that has been here for an incredibly long time. He is our combat hacker specialist. So he has the Skulljack to increase his hack rating. He's using the Magic Man Gremlin. He's got a med kit just in case. And he also has a cool ability called Restoration we gave to him, which allows the Gremlin to go towards each soldier and heal them up as needed. So that's pretty amazing, and it's going to be very valuable to us because if this mission is really long, so we're going to take damage. And because we have restoration on both him and Green Jelly O'Brien, we can survive for a very long time, as long as nobody gets instant killed. Hopefully I'm not foreshadowing anything bad. So next up, Alfie Green Jelly O'Brien, provided by Andy Scott. She is our medic. She's got the mind shield, so nothing bad is going to happen to her. She also has a med kit because she's a medic. Next up, Buster Doom Guy Thompson, who is from High Marshal Jaeger. He is our grenadier. He's got the blue screen rounds, so he's going to take out those mechanical units very easily. But he's also got an incendiary and a gas grenade. So Buster Doom Guy Thompson is very flexible. He can deal with any sort of targets that come his way. He's also got bubbles, so his grenades are going to shred extra armor, which is nice. The gas grenade surprisingly does shred armor as well. It feels weird that it does, but it is what it is. Gas grenade's very cool. So next up, Kyra Ronan, provided by Legion Prime. She is an assault. She has the venom rounds and the mimic beacon, as well as the hunter's axes on her back, and she's using the bolt caster, which is going to do some very big damage, and it has a chance to stun. And then, of course, you know him. You love him, Frederick Blackjack Carter, Mr. Handsome. That's not his nickname. His nickname is Blackjack, but either way, he's got the war suit. He's got an arc blade, rocket launcher from the exosuit, which we are going to switch to a flamethrower, and he's using the Talon rounds to increase his critical hit chance and damage. So he's a devastating target. And the final two, the back line, Desmond the Black Dragon Silton and Kevin the Fanboy Carnuckle. They are the dream team. They are both gunners. Desmond is using the war suit, or the exosuit, whatever you want to call it at this point. He's got a rocket launcher, and he also has this cool item. I believe we saw it in one other mission, the stasis vest. It heals up to a maximum of 8 health per mission. If you take damage, you can heal 2 health per turn, so that's pretty powerful. And Kevin the Fanboy Carnuckle, he's using the EMP grenade, so he can deal big damage to mechanical units, as well as armor-penetrating rounds. So the dream team. Oh, by the way, as Kamuski, Desmond the Black Dragon Silton, and Master James for Kevin the Fanboy Carnuckle. You guys know who you are. So on that note, the dream team is ready. And for everybody else that submitted soldiers, if I could bring the entire barracks with me, I absolutely would. But we got to bring these guys, and everybody else is here in spirit. So let's go destroy this alien fortress. Boom.
Stay alert. No way of knowing if they detect our presence yet.
And there we go. We are here and we're ready to whoop some ass. Now, the first thing you'll notice is we have an extra character with us, the Commander's avatar. For anybody that doesn't know about the XCOM story, I do realize I haven't been keeping up with that. I haven't showed any cutscenes of the game, the premise for the end is that we needed to infuse the commander's consciousness, in other words, my consciousness, into this avatar, right? And we needed to do that so he could open this portal so that we could get here and assault the aliens on their own turf. So this is how we're putting an end to things, and it's going to be exciting. The commander's avatar is a psionic soldier, so he has some powerful mental abilities that we will make some use of as soon as we get the chance. So there we go. We're going to inch up slowly but surely. I have done this mission before, so I do know what to expect to a degree, but it's always a little bit different. And especially because we have the Long War alien pack installed, we're going to have to deal with some special units. Oh, shit. Already off to a bad start, and I haven't even opened the drink yet. Now, I did promise in the previous episode that we're going to do a little bit of drunk XCOM, and since we're already off to a wonderful start, it's time to crack open the lemonade Rita from, I think this is Bud Light. Yeah, this is a Bud Light lemonade Rita. So it is a margarita wine cooler type drink, and you hear that? It's a big ass can. This is 24 ounces of alcohol right here, and I'm pouring it into a cup. This is ASMR right now. Listen to that. You hear that? Okay, so this is 24 ounces of deliciousness. The first sip has been taken. So yeah, normally I'm drinking a beer, but this time I decided to go with the lemonade Rita because it is also known as thought juice to some, and for anybody that doesn't know what a thought is, T-H-O-T, it is an acronym for that hoe over there, I believe is what it's called. And they call it thought juice because it is inexpensive and it gets the hoes drunk. So that's what I'm drinking right now. I don't consider myself a hoe, but I am trying to get a little bit saucy. So there you go. The commander's avatar, though, he has a lot of mobility, and I'm going to avoid clumping my soldiers together because we did expose ourselves to the first pod pretty early. I wasn't expecting a group to be so close by, which is really unfortunate. And I thought we were going into this concealed. I'm not paying enough attention, clearly. But we should be able to deal with this just fine with the soldiers that we have. But we are going to get bruised up way before I was planning on it. It's okay if you get shot and damaged in the later parts of the mission, but early on, especially with these mechs, because they can shred armor, we do not want to take hits from them. So I may have screwed myself is what I'm getting at. But I also may have not screwed myself because we have the likes of Frederick Blackjack Carter who can possibly save the day. So we're gonna make a bold move with Frederick. We'll run and gun and put him in the line of fire immediately. And I want to get him in range to start shooting targets because his shotgun is ridiculous. He's got crazy crit chance. He does have lightning reflexes, so no big deal on the Overwatch. Boom, we got eyes on the enemies. And we're going to go big or go home. We're going to use rapid fire on one of these mechs. 55? I'll take it. Rapid fire. Let's do this. That has a lot of armor. The first shot's going to connect 12 damage critical. Armor doesn't mean shit when you can do that much damage. Wow. I'll take a drink to that. And to top it off, we will move Green Jelly O'Brien. But trying to make sure we don't get anybody in that 4-tile situation. So we'll put her... We'll just move her... We'll move her back, and then we'll give aid protocol to nobody's more deserving of this aid protocol than anyone else. So I guess I'll give it to Kevin. No, I'm already messed up, guys. It's over. All right, whatever. I'll give it to Frederick. Yeah, so it has been a little while since the last XCOM episode, so I do appreciate the patience from you guys if you're staying tuned through all of the struggle. from way back when this was an actual Long War 2 playthrough and we were playing the Long War 2 mod to the 2-month hiatus or whatever it was, when that mod made me lose my desire to live. And I appreciate all the patience you guys have shown, and the fact that so many of you have stuck through and continued commenting and watching, and it's a very, very good feeling. I genuinely appreciate that. The mechs are going for the suppression plays, though. They're not doing any big damage. This one taking a shot at Buster, shredding off his point of armor, and dealing a 6 damage critical hit. So this is exactly what we didn't want to happen. We didn't want to lose armor early on like this, but it is what it is. We have plenty of medkits to deal with it. So yeah, I appreciate the patience, because what the problem always ends up being is we are a variety channel. iBluairJgR is a variety channel, so we do multiple different types of content. I'm gonna talk through all of the dialogue that's going on. It's basically just the aliens talking shit, talking about, dude, we know we're doing this for you guys. We are humanity's last hope, and you guys should just chill out, stop shooting people. But we're not gonna stop shooting people. Central Officer Bradford's like, yeah, keep shooting the aliens. So yeah, we're a variety YouTube channel, which means there's always going to be different types of content, and because I'm pumping so much of it out by myself, another critical hit from the rapid fire doing some massive damage to the heavy mech. That thing is going to be easy to take out now. So whenever another game comes out that I want to play, or a patch or something, the playthroughs always end up getting put on the back burner against my desire, because the trick for me is that there is always more potential for channel growth from a really fancy guide or a tutorial, or we're getting crazy critical hits right now, or there's more potential for channel growth from tutorials and guides, or some epic compilation, or just whatever, some other well-edited video. But a playthrough, the playthroughs are for you, right? The playthroughs are for the people. But I make the other type of content as more of a thing, in hopes that it catapults my success, if you will. And Dos Santos taking a little bit of a trick shot there, but we cleaned up the rest of that pod very nicely. Unfortunately, though, I am inclined to blow a medkit very early on Buster Doom Guy, because the problem with not healing somebody up is, number one, red fog is a thing, but more importantly, there is a greater chance that he gets one shot as long as he's not at his maximum health. So we want to keep him there as much as possible. So we will advance and then toss out that med kit. There it is. Toss out the med kit, and this is not even going to get the full effective healing out of the med kit. I believe our med kits heal for 8 right now. But yeah, so it stinks that I have to put the playthroughs on the back burner sometimes, because my problem now, and probably will always be, that I don't record huge batches of episodes at the same time, especially for Xcom, when I'm doing stuff like soldier submissions and taking feedback or whatever. I try to record 2 to 3 episodes. I'm giving you guys so much insider knowledge right now. I try to record 2 to 3 episodes. Do you even care? I'm gonna keep going though. I can't get your feedback until after I post it. So I record a couple of episodes, and then I upload those, and then next week comes, and then at the start of the week I'll record some more and then let those fly. But then the problem is that if some other shit happens in the meantime, then I end up getting backed up, and that stinks. But it's okay. Shit. All right. So we popped another pod. Shit. We popped a humongous pod there with a sectopod, 2 mechs, and 2 Mootin. And by the way, I turned off all pods active because it doesn't work on this mission. It's a very easy mod to turn off. It doesn't conflict with anything. It doesn't cause any bugs or crashes for turning it off. So the pod that we just revealed is incredibly dangerous, and Blackjack Carter is totally in a bad spot right now because the enemies are going to start throwing grenades at him. This is not going well. I've only had 2 sips of this lemon margarita shenanigans, and I'm making bad decisions. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep plowing ahead. There's no time to stop. Maybe, man, I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do. So yeah, I always do feel, I feel the same frustration that you guys feel. If you are watching and enjoying Xcom coming out 3 times a week, I feel bad when it comes out less than 3 times a week. But it's sort of just a thing that's gonna happen because at the end of the day, even though there is more XCOM content on this channel than any other content, this is not an XCOM channel, so it's kind of a to be expected thing that there's not always XCOM at the perfect pit. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but my point is, thank you. There's going to be a whole bunch of thank yous and a whole bunch of ramblings that are not going to go that well. Spoiler alert, I'm not restarting this mission even if the commentary goes off the rails, because this mission is long as fuck. And the whole bit with the opening up the limerita, I can't do it again. I only had one. So, or the lemon, I'm going to call it a limerita because that rolls off the tongue a little bit better. But I can't do the bit again with cracking open the drink because I only had one. So there's no possible way to restart. There's Big Papa. We've got eyes on the sectopod, which is not fun. We've got a bunch of enemies that can throw grenades and shoot micro missiles and things, so we can't even leave the commander's avatar in the position that it's in to use an ability. We've got to move it a little bit farther away from Blackjack Carter and then possibly condemn Buster Doom Guy Thompson to some rockets. I'm playing terribly today. So yeah, we're a variety channel, and one thing that I gotta start doing is I gotta start swallowing my pride and making more first impressions videos. And the reason I don't make a lot of first impression videos is because I feel like first impressions, especially of video game stuff, are always shitty. Because whenever I have done anything that resembles a first impression, what happens is I write a script of my first impressions or some talking points, and then I record myself reading off that script and all those talking points, and then I delete the shit and do it all over again. Because everything I said in my first impressions winds up being absolute shenanigans and completely based on primitive emotions, thought processes. And that's not good. So the mech is not going to charge its laser. It is going to march forward, but that armor is going to mitigate a ton of damage from our sniper rifle and the Overwatch. It is activating the mega laser as well, but we're going to try and hack into it, or at least disorient and or shut it down. Blackjack Carter, his close combat specialist, is getting a lot of usage today. The suppression coming out from the heavy mech, so our spacing is possibly good enough. It might just be just on the cusp of being good enough. But we do have some other soldiers moving into position. See, I don't like doing the traditional first impressions video, but I know that they're popular and people love them, and that's part of the reason why I did it for Monarch and Titanfall. It generated a lot of views and stuff, and we are getting triple suppressed here, so that's not fun. We've got to deal with that. But I'm gonna start doing more impressions videos and junk like that, because there's a lot of games coming out this summer, Lawbreakers and other stuff that I can't remember, and I feel the potential. This could be it, folks. This could be the moment that you and I have all been waiting for. We've been on the struggle bus for a while. I'm throwing the EMP grenade at the sectopod and the mech. Hack defense decreased, the suppression removed from the heavy mech. We are going to try to take control of the sectopod. Before we do that, though, we will give aid protocol to Blackjack Carter because he is going to charge through the Overwatch, and his lightning reflexes, they have diminishing returns, so eventually he's not going to be able to plow through Overwatches and things anymore. So we've got the hack defense reduced, and now we're going to try and hack into it. If this works, we're going to have a sectopod under our control. If it doesn't work, we're going to buff it, and that's going to suck. Dude, 29%? FYI, we don't have the final tier of Gremlin, so that's why this is so difficult. But that is such a... Dude. Nah, this mission is too risky. I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to shut it down. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I thought it was going to fail. I'll take a drink to that. Ah. So good. Let's say I don't like first, and I hate watching a lot of other people's first impressions videos because they're shitty, and most of the time I feel like people make them with the intent on sparking up some sort of ridiculous controversy and just creating shenanigans. So we're gonna switch over to the commander's avatar, and you can see he's got this very, very ridiculous ability called Dimensional Rift, and the radius on it is absolutely out of control. It deals damage to all units inside the area, and that's it. It's just damage. Unfortunately, we can't reach the sectopod with it, but hey, bloosh, big damage. And it ignores armor as well, so we removed all of the suppressions, and it only takes one action. That's out of control. So we may as well attempt to use another psionic ability, Null Lance. This fires a thin line of psionic energy that damages all units in its path. Though this may be a bit excessive, I want to do as much damage as possible, and there's no guarantee that those guys will stay in the psionic rift and take the damage on the next turn. So, watcha, eliminated. Because the thing, this is going into conspiracy theory territory, but I've always felt that people that make first impressions videos, they know what they're doing, especially if they're saying controversial stuff and sort of speaking to these primal emotions of anger, of frustration about whatever it is that's being changed, or whatever it is that's coming out that's new, or whatever they're making their impressions of, right? And I don't mean to, I'm not trying to call people out, and I don't want to get shit talked by anybody, but nobody watches these anyway, except for you guys. So I feel like I can talk candidly about what's going on. Here's the deal. I'm gonna explain it, and this is gonna be the last segment before we take a little break, because this is gonna have to get divided up into multiple episodes because this mission is too damn long. So, in Final Fantasy XIV, they just came out with a new patch 4.0, and it came with a number of changes to the way all of the classes play in the game. And that's pretty cool, but some of the classes got nerfs, and some of them got buffs, and everything's up in the air, and people don't... Everybody's talking about it, everybody's making a fuss, and one of the classes, the warrior, everybody's saying, oh my god, the warrior used to be the best, and now it's the worst. It's not fucking true, right? But there are some people that they get on their platform and they start talking smack about the warrior. And it's not just some people, it's most people. They go on the forums and they start talking about it. They go on YouTube, they start talking about it. We're using rapid fire, getting another critical. I swear Blackjack Carter has a 100% crit rate. That is so out of control. We are cleaning up so good. That heavy mech looks like it's really far away, but we have a 100% chance to hit it, so we're gonna take that shot. So yeah, they make these videos and they talk about this stuff, and they start creating a rhetoric, and we talked a little bit about creating rhetoric in gaming in one of the For Honor videos. If you guys aren't watching those, they're pretty fun, so go watch them. But I talked a little bit about gaming rhetoric, and what happens is people start perpetuating this same rhetoric without adding anything positive to the conversation. And Overwatch going to come out from the threat assessment on the aid protocol, but it's not going to connect on the Mutant. And I can't tell. No, I do believe he left the purple stuff, so he's not going to take the damage when it explodes. But that explosion looks like it blew some shit up, so yeah, it blew some stuff up. So yeah, so the people, they continue conveying this rhetoric that isn't necessarily beneficial to any party that is involved. The people that are playing the game, the people that are playing the game that don't know any better. People believe what you tell them if you have a voice. If you're a guy that people like you and they think you're good at something or whatever, they will follow you. And Blackjack Carter just scored an 11 damage critical hit with a 32% chance to hit. What is going on right now? This is insane. This is insane. So, and what happens is they make their first impressions videos and they continue pumping this rhetoric of negativity and bad stuff for the most part. Because when have you ever seen a first impressions video that was positive? And don't answer that question because I know you have, but it's it just feels like there's so much negativity in the world in gaming nowadays. But the point is, I don't like doing that. I like being rational in my first impressions videos, and I'm going to start a new trend of rational first impressions videos. Maybe that's what I'll call it. Maybe that'll be the new series that I do whenever I start playing a new game. I'll call it rational first impressions. And the part where I think it's malicious on people is because I feel like people know what they're doing. I feel like people know that they're inciting online riots when they say, "Oh my God, oh my God." In For Honor, oh my God, the warlord is so overpowered, oh my God, or whatever the hell they're doing. People know what they're saying, and they know that they're inciting a certain degree of chaos among the digital space because they know they have a voice. Anybody that has anywhere within the realm of 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 subscribers, they have the power to incite complete chaos in gaming communities because their opinion holds weight. People will watch somebody's videos making first impressions, giving their opinions about whether something is yay or nay, and they will take it as gospel and spread the motherfucking word. And they'll say, "Oh Lord, my dude said this is weak. It is weak." And then either everybody will follow suit, or you'll get some voices that'll cut through the noise and disprove it. But for the most part, the hive mind will accept whatever conspiracy comes out at them. So that was a little bit of a rant. that was a rant. That was a rant. So yeah, we're gonna. Well, I'm not gonna take a break, but the next episode is gonna come out tomorrow. So you guys are gonna have to take a little break. But when we come back, we're going to continue just about right where we leave off, and we're going to continue destroying the aliens. We're off to a pretty good start. So, here we go. Well, we'll be back. We'll be back eventually tomorrow or today if you're binge watching. You know what? Come on.